Good morning, dear students. Many of you may have been on treks. What was your feeling after climbing your final destination? Of course, you might have been one of the most happiest and content that you have finally achieved your goal of being at the top. Today, we will learn of the journey and experiences of Major HPS Ahluwalia, a member of the first successful Indian expedition to Mount Everest, in lesson titled The Summit Within by Major HPS Ahluwalia. Let us begin the chapter by knowing a little more about the author, Major Harpal Singh Ahluwalia. He was born on 6th November 1936. He was the first Indian to scale the Mount Everest on 29th May 1965, along with his friends Rawat and Fu Dorji, who were also a part of the first successful Indian expedition to the Mount Everest. He has several awards to his credit: the Padma Bhushan, the Arjuna Award, the National Award for Best Work Done in the Field of Disability, and a Tenzing Norgay National Adventure Award for Lifetime Achievement conferred to him on August 29, 2009. He has several books to his credit, such as Faces of the Everest, Higher Than the Everest Within, and The Summit of the Mind. Major HPS Ahluwalia was full of humility because he had scaled the earth's tallest mountains, the Everest. It is located between the mountain ranges of Nepal and Tibet in China. It was first identified by a British team led by Sir George Everest in 1841. It eventually came to be known as Mount Everest, named after him in 1865. Mount Everest is called Chomolungma in Tibet, that means the goddess of the universe. In Nepal, it is called Sagar Mata, which means goddess of the sky. After climbing the Everest, Major Ahluwalia thanked God for his physical success. He constantly questioned himself as to why he chose to climb the mighty mountain, and he realized that mountains present great difficulties, that man takes delight in overcoming such difficulties. He speaks of his three main qualities that helped him to do so. The very first is endurance, the ability to keep doing something difficult. The second is persistence, which also means perseverance, the ability to keep going behind something, to do something. And third is willpower, the ability to control your own thoughts, not to get any negative thoughts in mind while trying to achieve your goal. Since childhood, the narrator had been attracted to mountains. He considered them as nature at its best, having a challenging beauty and majesty. Once climbed, it brings immense happiness and joy to the climber. Climbing a mountain is always a very risky job, and thank God for taking care of all these people when they climbed the mountain. Once the job was accomplished, they had to bow down to God, and in order to pay worship to their respective gods for taking care of them, Major HPS Ahluwalia left a picture of Guru Nanak on the Everest. So did Fu Dorji, who left a relic of the Buddha. Rawat left a picture of Goddess Durga, and Edmund Hillary had buried a cross under a cairn, a heap of rocks and stones, in the snow. These are not just symbols of conquest, but they are symbols of reverence, reverence to one's God. The author says that the experience of having climbed a mountain changes a person completely, because we need to know that the hardest mountain to climb is the one within. It teaches a person much about the world and about oneself. The conquest of the summit within is equally worthwhile, because the internal summits are higher than the Everest. The climber gets the inspiration to face life's ordeals with determination. In the words of Jim Whittaker, you don't really conquer a mountain, you conquer yourself. You overcome sickness and everything else, your pains, aches, fears, to reach the summit. Hoping that you have understood the lesson well, and you will also relate to this lesson of how to overcome your fears and how to also bow down your head towards your gods. Thank you, dear students, and have a lovely day ahead.